couple examples here in a second, which is pretty shocking. So number one, you got to try it. If you like it, great. If not, no hard feelings. Number two, the numbers are doable, and now the incentives are pretty sweet because it really gets you excited about where we'll be at by maybe spring break, you know, by the new year. Number three, the tools. If you spend a few minutes tonight, you guys look at the website. You can read all about the product right here. If you read about the product, it'll kind of get you a little bit more up to speed on what's going on. And basically, it's like this. Vemma is the title of the company. Okay, it's the title of the company. It's actually our main product. It's a liquid vitamin supplement, 32-ounce bottle, travel size, and it's got a lot of health benefits to it. It's got basically VEMMA acronym: vitamins, essential minerals, mangosteen, aloe. Vitamins A through E, 65 plant source minerals. We talked about how mineral deficiency with athletes is a big thing. Mangosteen helps with joint pain and inflammation. That's why our product's proven to reduce inflammation around 15%. Mangosteen is like the acai fruit, high in antioxidants, and it has aloe vera and green tea. And the Vemma is 32-ounce bottle, travel size, preservative-free, organic. Verve is basically 2 ounces of Vemma. So when you drink a Verve, you're drinking Vemma. A little guarana, natural caffeine, 80 milligrams. I think coffee's like 200. A little taurine and purified water. So it's not all the sugar and caffeine, man, where you don't get all wiry and jittery, you won't crash. And people love it. People like the taste, they like how they feel, and people really have an emotional attachment to it. So check out the tools. The website gives you a lot of overview of the product, the company, the owner, BK. You can read about a lot of stuff on there. Check out youtube.com/verbenergy. Our YouTube channel, where it's got like 1.5 million views now. And there's videos on there of why the business, the job market, student loans, you know, all these different things. And I did a video on there, change your mindset from an employee to an entrepreneur. You know, there's a big fundamental change here in what you think about and how you act and what you do if you want to become your own business, if you want to start doing something like that. So check those things out. Even a lot of the young people that are getting featured on there, you know, Katie Warren, like Carly, 19, same level. Katie's basically 20 years old, same level with you, where she basically got 6-7 friends on board, her videos on there, and it's turned into like 600-700 orders like Carly, and this girl's making like $1,500 a week. It's crazy. I mean, Josh Noble was at my house last night, senior Arizona State, 21, basically got on board this time last year, worked at Outback, followed the steps, and he's making 12-13 grand a month. You'll see him on there. So it has a lot, and the company's putting this out there. It's not me. So the company is validating, which is really neat to see all these success stories. So check out the tools. And number 4 is the support. You'll realize in this concept, you know, you have the support of people that know what they're doing. You actually have the support of people that have an invested interest in you. And that's what I realized when I first started. I didn't know much about the product. You know, it's not your role, man. Come up here and do a presentation on the product and they even know what it is. You know, if you don't know much about the numbers, I don't expect Dana to try to explain that to people. And lastly, if you haven't really made any money, it's hard maybe to get some of your friends to see the big picture. So what Carly was talking about is you team up with us. You actually team up with the people that you work with in the business to leverage or use some third party to get your business going. Because I knew with Alex, I said, look, bro, here's the steps. If you make a big list, you know, 50, 100 friends you think that could run with this at different colleges, different schools, you know, putting 10 or 20 hours, 15 hours a week, doing what? I mean, you know, 1 hour like this, 45 minutes, or you do a couple Skype sessions, you know, you let them watch the video, get on Skype, tell the story. You know, 10, 15, 20 hours a week to turn this into, you know, a pretty solid income. And my point is that I think when you realize you have the support of people, as well as myself, you know, you really won't fail if you follow these steps. And I guarantee you, because people are going to help you really become a success story. That's what I knew with Alex. I said, if I can get him to $1,000 a month and then turn him around and help him kind of help people do the same thing, you guys, and he never look back. And what's crazy is, yeah, 6-figure income in 13 months. He got higher than that to the higher level called ambassador, which is about 5 G's a week, 20 a month. So in this business, he created a $250,000 income in a year and a half. So to me, I mean, that's alarming numbers. Just think if you did 25% of that, you'd be happy. So keep in mind here, keep an open mind. So I encourage people, number 1, try it out. You know, I had a young guy. I had a young guy today from LA, Agora Hills, goes to San Diego State, second year, hit presidential today. It's a 6-figure income. He did it in 8 months. It took Alex 13. It took me 2.5 years to do. So I'm like, man, this thing's working. It's working. So number 1, try out the product. If you like it, great. Verve, Vemma. A lot of young people obviously pushing the Verve. Number 2, look at the numbers. The numbers don't lie. It's actually very doable. Girls are destroying this. You girls could smile and get all of us guys to a meeting. It wouldn't be hard. But the numbers are doable. You guys, the tools are available to help you. The tools that do a lot of the work for you. And the support. The support will take a lot of that off your shoulders and help you get started to become a success story, and then you'll never look back. Last thought, and I'll kind of introduce maybe Dana and a couple people. It's not a get rich quick. You guys know he's going to wake up with 55 or 100 orders under them tomorrow. But 30, 60, 90 days, maybe by the time you get back winter break, you're going back to school. Imagine, you know, shooting for diamond, making, you know, Dana's going for diamond this month. He wants to get to 12, wants to go back to college after winter break, making over $1,500 a month from this. So, you know, really I think if you look at it though, it's not going to happen overnight. Nothing does. It's not instant gratification. Number two, we're open in 60 countries. I just got back 2 weeks ago. I was in Puerto Rico doing meetings at 3 colleges. I was in Asia end of September. They have vemma. They're launching Verve there mid-February. You know, imagine getting a friend on board who has family in Canada or friends that go to college in Canada. You know, UBC Vancouver has 80,000 students. And that's what blows me away. You start thinking of the numbers, you guys. Just in the college market, 4,200 colleges in America, on an average of 12,000 is 50 million. 50 million people our age, my friends, young people, that spend money on Starbucks, $3 or $4 every day. Soda for lunch, or you go to Chipotle, get a burrito, have a soda. I tell my friends, I'm like, yo, stop buying Starbucks. Save that, or don't have a soda, drink water. Or at night you go out, you have drinks, or whatever you do. My friends spend more money on alcohol and partying. And I'm like, look, bro, and that's what I had to tell Dana. I'm like, look, man, put beers and video games down and let's make money. And that's really not to say to him. I use that as an example because Dana doesn't really drink. But my point is that I tell my friends, I'm like, look, dude, quit playing around. Let's do this. And that's what happens, man. And we're literally turning these kind of incomes that quickly. So real quick, and last thought, after 60 countries, it is not a pyramid scheme. A lot of people have a funny idea thinking it's some scam or illegal business, and I'll clarify it for you real quick. First of all, a pyramid scheme is straight illegal. Because last year, vemma and Verve, our company, did $96 million in sales of product. So my point is, if we did almost $100 million last year in sales, privately owned company, if it was illegal or some fishy thing, it'd be shut down. Flat out. Number one, $100 million, you gotta be kidding me. Number two, Dr. Oz is not gonna recommend Verve, this product, on his show if it's involved in an illegal business. That would never happen. Verve's the official drink for the Phoenix Suns. There's a Verve nightclub in the arena. You're telling me the Phoenix Suns are involved in a pyramid scheme? No way. But if something does not involve a tangible product or a commodity, so yeah, you spent money and got nothing, and you got her on board, she spent money and got nothing. You got him on board, you spent money and got nothing, and it was daisy chained all the way around the room. If that's how this worked, to me that would be a money game, or what I would call a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi scheme. And a lot of those things are like 2 G's and you make 1,500 bucks getting me on board. That's not how it works. If I order a Verve or vemma from you, you make 10 bucks. If I got 2 cases, you'd make 20. If I get a silver pack, which if you don't know what it is, it's optional, it gives you Verve discounted. If we're buying shirts to sell a clothing line, it makes sense to sell them in bulk, buy it in bulk where it's cheaper. But logically, if you have product on hand to get people to try, it's discounted. So, and that qualifies you for this bonus called the Frenzy. What Dana did is he got a silver pack. You can do 1 case, 2, or a silver pack. It's like 7, and it's discounted product. But you get the Frenzy bonus, which says if you get 3 friends on board in a week, you make 700 bucks. So I got high scores, you guys, young people that are doing that, where they got a silver pack, 3 in a week, they made 700. You do it 6 in a week, you can make 1,400. And you can do that every week. And then remember the left and right that I talked about, 10 orders, 55, 110, we remind you that. That is your monthly income. You want to know how big some of these companies really get? You ladies know probably about Avon. Great company. I think Avon's a good deal. Been around for a long time. Mom and women do it, lotion products. Good company, good products. Avon does $11 billion a year. That's bigger than the NFL. It's bigger than the NBA, and it's bigger than Major League Baseball. Kind of crazy to think about. Herbalife, David Beckham. It's the same thing as this, but capsule vitamins. I don't think our buddies are going to get all hyped on that, dude. Yo, bro, I got these capsule vitamins, you got to check this out. I don't think that would work. But as an example, Herbalife, been around for a long time, track record and everything. Herbalife does over $5 billion a year. Mary Kay is huge, you guys. These concepts get huge, and I've never seen one that gets young people like with Verve. And vemma has a strong story, but we're focused on this college market a lot more recently. And now this new shake coming out has got a whole new story as well. But I've never seen young people this excited about something where they're making this kind of money with a product that I think fits us perfect. So real quick, I grew up in Carlsbad. I went to El Camino. I played basketball. Long story, I graduated in 04. My dream was playing college. I had a full ride at UC San Diego. Long story, I didn't play with them. I went to a family reunion in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So I didn't end up playing. I was in a bad car wreck. fractured my collarbone and all these ribs, so I didn't play that year and never played. That dream went out the window, and I basically found myself, I got into a home theater business doing flat screens. I did home audio video for about 4 or 5 years right after high school, because at the time they were like 10 G's and I was saving people money off Best Buy, and I got out of that because of the economy. People aren't going to have the money to go spend on a full-on elaborate home theater system like this every day. So that kind of, with the economy, wouldn't happen as much. And number two, you know, now they've come down in cost and price so much. When I did it, they were 10 G's. Now they're like 12 or 1,500, so the margins aren't there, the money in that. So long story, I graduated in 04, did home audio video from 04 to 08. Around 08, I got out of that. I got into product as a product user for a year. Back in 05, I had no interest in the business because I just never saw something like this work for young people my age. 06 and 07, I was like, all right, man, I see you guys are making money. I like the product and I know some people, but I didn't take it serious. I was goofing around, partying my butt off. I couldn't get my priorities straight. I'm still debating on college basketball, doing home theater stuff all day. But in the last 5 years, you guys, since 08, I've gotten around 125 people on board personally. So you sit here and you try a verb and you're thinking, like right now, friends or people you could reach out to, and you're like, that's a lot. It's not even one per week. It's actually not even one per month. It's not one in 43 days over a 5-year period of time. Half of my people are product users, many of them from blood pressure, cholesterol, and just how they feel, use the product. And probably 20 people or so is the reason I have over 14,000 orders that ship out of my group every month. Last year I made $484,000 in vemma, and 6 months ago I hit a level called Royal, which by title of vemma is $1 million a year. And basically where my income, you guys, every week my checks have been around $25,000 and up per week. I actually have my highest week ever in vemma in my six years. This week with my rank advancement and the amount of cycles I'm cycling, I'll have about it's going to be right around 50 grand this week. And I'm not here to talk about my income. I came all the way out here tonight to be with you guys. I've made over $2 million in 4 years. I know this business. I didn't go to college. I don't have a degree, but I'm coachable and I follow the steps and it works. And now I'm out trying to help people like my team become a success story. Because that's the secret. I knew that I could go and help Alex get the ball rolling, you know, and if he didn't know about the product and the numbers, but I knew if I could help him get to 1,000 a month, he'd never look back. And that's exactly what's happening to these guys right here. And that's why we're here tonight, because someone invited you because they think that this would be a good fit. Whether it's the right timing for you, I don't know. That's your decision. So I encourage you guys, number one, try out the product. If you like it, great. If not, no big deal. Number two, hopefully your wheels are spinning, man. I got Mikey, I got John, dude. These guys would rock out. They'd know everybody, man. They could get, I was up at UNR Arena. I mean, I could tell you a whole list of this where I travel, and I'm home like 7-8 days a month because I'm just jamming, doing colleges and events and verb parties and having fun, but we're growing and getting results. So number two, thinking of people. I think if you really got your mind on the numbers and you had a goal in mind of those numbers, we would help you get to that point. We want to help you become the next success story. The tools that do a lot of the work for you, and number four, the support is there to help you. It takes time and effort, guys, but it's worth it. I got to tell you, in this economy, people are looking for a way to make money. I read an article last week, came out, Harvard Business School is recommending, I read an article in the New York Times that said you're 5 times more likely to make a 6-figure income in direct sales. I mean, it could be Cutco, but Cutco is cool, great knives, the best knife I've ever seen. But the problem is you do one sale, you got to do it over and over again and over and over again. So it's not residual income. So the principle is that it said you're 5 times more likely to make a 6-figure income in direct sales than in corporate America. But I also read in Harvard Business School, they had this article talking about how now colleges are over 200 big major universities are teaching network marketing. Actually, Michigan State approved Verb as an official club on campus, NAU, and many other colleges I could show you. But the point is that they talked about 3 things. They said if a company is over 18 months old, if it's not over 18 months old, you got to recheck your stuff. Why? Because most of them don't last over 18 months. Well, we're in year 7 and year 8, so we're far along from this thing obviously being sustained. And now, you know, last year we're projecting right now around 250 million this year in sales. So we're obviously on the climb. It also talked about it. You have to have a product that's consumable and attractive to a certain demographic that they can only get from you or from the brand partners in the company. So we do have a pretty highly, attractive product, I think, with Verve, and obviously it's consumable. And then it talks about the company needs to have less than 100,000 people, and it says there on the article that you are basically in a once-in-a-lifetime situation with that, and I've never seen it happen in this age group, being our age group as well. So something that you should maybe look into and read about, but I encourage you guys, try it out, be thinking of friends, get those numbers in your mind. If you see the tools and support, and we want to help you if it's something you want to do, become a next success story. So I want to introduce my good buddy Dana, came all the way out tonight as well, someone that's in college.